Welcome to our daily learning drop, where today our focus is going to be on disability awareness. This is one of the topics that we offer at our Progressive Agriculture Safety Days, and we have a variety of hands-on activities to reinforce this with the children that participate at our events. So the girls are going to help today go through some of those activities, but I think it's first most important to talk about what disability awareness is. And that is understanding what it is like and educating folks on what an individual who lives with a disability or a limitation goes through on a day-to-day basis like. So what are different types of disabilities that people can have? Because there's different kinds. It's not just one type of disability out there. What are some that you are aware of?
Learning disability?
Yeah, there's a learning disability or intellectual disability you can think of. Sometimes people have physical limitations. Sometimes we've already mentioned sometimes people are missing an arm or a leg, or maybe they don't have use of certain parts of their body. Maybe they have a visual impairment or hearing loss. So there's several different types of disabilities. Sometimes you're born with it, and sometimes an incident occurs that you wind up losing your ability or your ability to do something, or an arm or a leg or a different limb. What's a good movie that you like, Lauren, that reinforces that?
Soul Surfer.
Soul Surfer. So in that movie, Bethany Hamilton, she's an avid surfer, loves to surf, and what happens?
She loses her arm from a shark.
From a shark bite. And did she give up? Is she home sitting on the couch? No, she's not. She just learned to do things differently, and that's what you have to do. So for this activity, Lily's going to start first, and we're just going to just do a basic activity. She's going to make some Nutella, like a Nutella sandwich. Okay, so she's going to get the bread out. How many pieces do you usually have? 2? Start out with? Get your 2 pieces out. She's doing this one-handed too. I guess I should have told you that. She is using her dominant hand. And she's going to open the Nutella here. We're not making it easy on her, huh? Turning it the right way. Maybe it goes towards you.
And maybe if you need help, you can ask somebody.
Okay, so what can you do? Do you have a friend there you can help? Can she hold it for you?
Or she can open it.
Yeah, there you go. So when you do need help, ask. She has her knife here. Now this might be another tricky situation because she doesn't have her other hand to hold on to that jar. What else do you need to maybe do now? Do you need help?
No.
Oh, you're good?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, I need help. Can you hold that? Yeah.
We actually made this fairly easy on Lily because I have done this activity before with 4-H camp counselors in the past, where we talk about this also goes into our learning and intellectual disabilities. We all learn things different ways. And sometimes the way that we interpret directions might be the completely different way someone else interprets them. So if I ask Lauren to write out how to make a peanut butter sandwich, what's the first thing you're going to write?
Get bread.
Get bread. What's the second thing you're going to write?
Get peanut butter.
Get peanut butter. Next.
Jelly.
Jelly. Next.
And then put it together.
Put it together. Okay. That sounds easy, but what are some of the things that we forgot to do? So if somebody had to do it with just the items here, and we made it easy on Lily because we had that bread opened already. Did we talk about opening the bag of bread? What if did we talk about opening the lid? So that's another thing. We need to be very aware that we all learn different ways. So that's another good way that we can talk about this. So how's she doing? Pretty good. Do we need to cut that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Good thing it's about lunchtime.
Close me.
I don't think that's how you use a knife. You have it the opposite way. Let's try to use it correctly. Remember, you can ask for help.
Yeah, can you help me? Yeah.
All right. There you go. All right. So took a little bit longer. Normally that probably would have taken you, what, 15, 20 seconds to make?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit more of a challenge. How about Lauren? I want you, in front of you, you have some nuts and bolts right here. Can you assemble those one-handed? You can see one of my examples where I have the one all the way at the top, nuts on there. Can you do that with one of the ones that's still available?
I can try.
And again, with these activities, we always want to make sure we're practicing safety. They can use their hand. They can use different parts of their body, not their mouth, though. Because what did you tell me Bethany Hamilton can tie a balloon with what?
Her toes.
Her toes. So we can learn different ways.
Can you help? Yeah. I don't know how to help.
So what if Lily held the bottom and Lauren can turn it? Would that work?
I don't know.
Somebody would need to turn the top, hold the top and turn it.
Hold the top.
And you don't have to press it right against the, think about it, you don't have to press it right against the table. You can hold it up. As long as she's holding it tight. You getting it?
Oh, it went I think you screwed it the wrong way. There we go.
Now we're going.
Move your finger.
All right.
I'm trying.
There you go. So it can be done, but it's harder to do on your own, right?
Yes.
So remember, when you need help, ask for it, but don't just assume, right? We don't want to just take that away from someone because they may be perfectly capable of doing it and have been doing it and practicing it for years. Continuing with our topic of disability awareness, we're going to focus on another activity we offer at our Progressive Agriculture Safety Days to really hit this point home and to show kids what it would be like if they would have some physical limitations, maybe the loss of an arm. So all you need for this activity is the girls have oversized button-up shirts. And we're going to have them do this activity together. You can do it in a form of a relay. That's a lot of times what we will see happen at our safety days because we have a lot of kids. Many of our groups have 20 to 25 kids that we need to get through an activity in 15 minutes or less. So what I'm going to ask them to do, I'm going to ask them to take away one of their hands. So the hand that they will leave their dominant hand out. So that's the hand that they use with the most to write and draw and all that. And what I'm going to ask them to do is to start buttoning up their shirt one-handed. So let's go ahead and get started. See what they can do.
It's hard.
Probably is hard, but what is something that, you think about your sports, and it was probably hard at first, but the more you did what, the better you got. Practice. So someone who does have a physical limitation, they probably have to do this activity every single day. So it probably was harder for them at first, and it probably gets better each time. You got one? All right, Lauren, you're doing a little better here. You're doing pretty well. How about we take away your dominant hand? Let's bring out your other hand. Let's see if you can tackle it with that hand. That makes any difference. This is another challenge that we do with our older kids at our safety days because we have various ranges from children as young as 4 years of age up to 13 and some even older that are helping with as 4-H volunteers or FFA. So we like to challenge them. Oh, I all of a sudden noticed Lauren was doing pretty good and then this added a little bit to it. So. All right, you guys can stop, but let's see how many did you get, Lily? One, so it was pretty challenging. Lauren got quite a few until I made her switch her hand, right? And then it became more of a challenge. But then just another quick, simple activity you can do from items you can find right around the house to teach kids to be kind and also to know what it's like to have a physical limitation or a disability.